massive security deployment as IGP Egbetokun mobilizes 42,000 officers for Anambra governorship election. As preparations intensify ahead of the 8th of November 2025 Anambra State governorship election, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has approved the deployment of a formidable 42,000 police officers across the state. The move, according to the police chief, is part of a comprehensive security strategy designed to guarantee peace, order, and credibility throughout the electoral process. The announcement was made on Tuesday during a high-level session of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security, ICCE, which took place at the headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Abuja. Represented at the meeting by Commissioner of Police, Abayomi Shogunle, of the Special Intervention Squad, the IGP emphasized that the nationwide operation would ensure that both voters and election officials conduct their duties in a secure environment, free from intimidation or violence. According to Egbetokun, pre-election deployment will begin on November 1, with tactical and intelligence units carrying out coordinated clearance operations to identify and neutralize emerging security threats. The preemptive exercise, he noted, aims to disrupt the plans of potential troublemakers and ensure a smooth transition into the election week. We are leaving nothing to chance. Our goal is to secure Anambra comprehensively before, during, and after the polls, he stated. In a firm warning against unauthorized participation in election security operations, the IGP disclosed that only security agencies officially represented in ICCES, including the Nigeria Police Force, Department of State Services, DSS, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, and the armed forces will be permitted to play any role in the election. He made it categorically clear that no vigilante or non-state security group will be allowed near polling areas or INEC facilities, describing the restriction as a crucial measure to uphold neutrality and professionalism in the electoral process. No vigilante group will be allowed to play any role in the electoral process. Election security is strictly the responsibility of trained, accredited personnel, Egbetokun declared. To further tighten security, the police will enforce movement restrictions across Anambra on election day, while all entry and exit points will be closely monitored and manned by security operatives. The Inspector General reaffirmed his commitment to ensuring that every citizen exercises their franchise in a peaceful and orderly atmosphere. We are determined to deliver a peaceful, credible, and transparent election. Every officer deployed has been instructed to maintain neutrality, professionalism, and discipline, he said. Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has expressed full readiness for the poll. INEC Chairman, Professor Joash Ojo Amupitan, San, assured Nigerians that the Commission has finalized all logistical and operational arrangements to guarantee a free and fair contest. He noted that sensitive election materials will arrive in the state on schedule, and that adequate training has been conducted for ad hoc staff and presiding officers to ensure compliance with electoral guidelines. INEC is fully prepared. Every process from logistics to voter accreditation has been thoroughly planned to prevent lapses, Professor Amupitan said confidently. In a related development, the National Security Advisor, NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, also weighed in on the security build-up ahead of the poll. Represented by Hassan Abdullahi, the Director of Internal Security, Ribadu cautioned political parties, candidates, and their supporters against acts of provocation or violence, warning that such behavior would be met with decisive consequences. The federal government will not tolerate violence or attempts to disrupt the electoral process. We are working closely with security agencies and political actors to ensure peace before, during, and after the election, Ribadu said. He further emphasized that the Office of the NSA remains committed to implementing President Bola Tinubu's directive on the strategic mobilization of security assets during election periods. According to him, intelligence sharing among agencies has been strengthened, and surveillance mechanisms have been expanded to track movements of suspected political thugs and criminal elements across the state's borders. Ribadu added that the federal government's security architecture has been upgraded to prevent infiltration by destructive elements or desperate politicians bent on undermining the credibility of the polls. Enhanced surveillance, intelligence-driven deployment, and rapid response coordination have been activated to ensure the election is peaceful and credible, he stated. With the combined assurances from INEC, the police, and the Office of the National Security Advisor, there is renewed optimism that the Anambra 2025 governorship election will set a new benchmark for credible and violence-free polls in Nigeria's democratic journey.